I think we're down Corey. Carrie said that she might be late. She has a, I guess, parent-teacher thing, and it's going to go until 8, but she messaged me and said that she is so worn out she might just come home after 15 hours and go straight to bed. So I don't know if she'll be on after 8 or not. We will see. I don't begrudge her at all for being worn out. That's 15 hours of dealing with the youngins would probably wear me the fuck out too.
Give me peer pressure,
Jeff. Yeah, maybe. And Corey is going to a wedding. I don't remember where. I want to say Tennessee. But anyways, so I don't know if he left already or if he's leaving tomorrow. I don't know. But anyways, I don't know that he's going to be on tonight at all. So I know he's not going to make our game Saturday night this weekend. So that's what I know. Assuming that we're going to have a game Saturday night. We haven't had a game for like 2 months. So anyways, welcome to Traveler, the Pirates of Drinax. We will be picking up right where we left off last week. But if you are new to the game or new to our stream, I would first like to thank the Friends of the Greenwater Guildhall. If you're watching on Twitch, scroll down, you should see some tiles there. If you don't see the tiles, go ahead and just click on my profile image and those tiles should pop up for you, and those tiles will lead you to these fine people's websites. First on the list is the Speechless Bard. She and her husband make beautiful leather products for your tabletop role-playing games, such as leather covers for your core rulebooks. She has a full line of dice bracelets if you want to show off your geekdom. And she has a dice rolling mat that when you roll it up, it looks like a spell scroll. And all of these items are completely customizable. You tell her what you want, and she has the artistic endeavor to make it happen. She does fabulous work. If you're ordering for a holiday or a birthday or some other gift idea, give yourself a little bit of extra time. She's in the UK, and so under normal circumstances, it would take a little while for it to cross the pond and get through customs. But currently with our shipping woes all over the world, it's not just the US, it could take, I don't know, if you order it now, you may not get it until after Valentine's Day. And that's just realistic. That's not her fault. Next on the list is the Fable Beard Company. Fable Beard Company makes beard products such as oils, balms, co-wash, and butters. They also have a full line of deodorant and a new line of spray-on colognes. And each of their scent profiles is a different fantasy character. Tonight I am wearing the Candyman Beard Butter, which smells of candied apples. If you are a first-time purchaser, they have a buy one, get one free option. Just go to fablebeardco.com, create an account, and you can put 2 beard oils into your cart. And if you use the code FIRST in all capital letters, you'll get the second one for free. And if you're a fan of our Traveler stream, we have a website called Cynther's Traveler Game. It is available via Obsidian Portal. Just go ahead and click on that link, and it will take you to our website. And the activity log, I believe they call it, is all done in the manner of news blurbs that is detailing these guys as they pillage their way across the Trojan Reach. So, where we left off, actually, we took last week off because I was sick. But where we left off, the crew has taken on the job of carrying a cargo to Tyok. They are currently in the Anurin system. And they came to find out that they've gotten the runaround where they were supposed to pick it up. They went to Argona. He was a contact, said that the freight was actually on Gibraltar Station in the Anurin system. They went to Gibraltar Station, only to find out that the cargo was not cargo. It was a person, an Aslan by the name, that just goes by Prince of Territorial. His name is much longer than that, but we're going to stick with it because it's hard enough to pronounce Aslan names as it is. They found out that Prince of Territorial had been basically deported. He killed a couple of people, and they deported him and stuck him on the first ship that they could, which was an in-system ship to a small mining colony called Hernan's Claim. And on Hernan's Claim, they've finally made contact, and with the help of a young Aslan girl, preteen, who is kind of running intelligence spy work and messages for the prince, who is hiding with her family. And everybody in the port seems to be looking for him. And you guys met him. He is passing as a employee working at a robotics shop. And you bought a couple of robots. You bought a steward bot and a cargo loader. And you were invited to have dinner with the family, and so that's where we left off. The father, let's see here. The young girl's name was Wheelar. And her father is another name that is ridiculous. We're just going to call him Kit, which is short for his name. Kit, her father, wants to know if you have any ideas or any plans on how you're going to sneak the prince out to your ship. Because if you remember, when you came in, you had noticed a couple of things. First, you got stopped by a couple of rent-a-cops in cheap suits that were investigating, looking for him. And second, you realized that there were way too many janitors in the starport, and they were armed and clearly not really janitors. So the Kit wants to know if you have any actual idea on how to get the prince from their apartment to your ship.
I wanted to bring the serving bot in back to the store and have them the steward bot, yeah, and see if he could fit in there. Like if they could take stuff out and put him in there instead of the food.
No, he won't fit in there. But you're on. I mean, the steward bot is a little bit bigger than a large shop vac. So, yeah, a 7-foot tall Aslan's not going to fit in there. And if he did, it's going to be cramped. But I think you're on the right track.
A robot and put it on the loader bot and drive it over to the ship or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we could have get a cargo crate or something and have the loader bot carry him.
But if worst comes to worst, we can probably bribe these guys because they're rent-a-cops. I don't think they really give a shit about anything either way.
That's a possibility. I think you're on the right track. So, you could there could be a large crate full of ship spares with a false bottom that the prince can hide under the false bottom. The top part, once the false bottom is put in, can be filled with ship spares and the steward bot, and you can load it all onto the Type C cargo loader bot, and you could do it that way.
That sounds like a plan. Let's make it happen.
Okay. So, this should be interesting. Does either one of you have deception?
No, I don't.
I mean, it's 0, but yeah.
Mine's a -3, so.
Yeah, no, you don't want that. So go ahead and make a deception plus intellect check. And let's see how well you do.
I got 10.
Okay. That's actually pretty good. Okay. So you guys finish up dinner and you do your best to load him into this crate and disguise it as best you can to make it look like normal parts. Lots of spare parts for the Jabrobi. In fact, it's a good thing that you got the loader bot, because this actually works out to about 6 tons of spare parts. So that's actually a good thing. Oop, hold on here. I guess Corey is going to join us. He's working on getting Skype working right now. He slept through his alarm. Hooray! There's Rexar. Give him just a minute here. Yeah, it's been an odd week.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, why is Ergo red on the map?
So Ergo is what would be considered a red zone planet. So red zone planets, there's red and amber zone planets. And this planet can be red zoned or amber zoned just by the Traveler's Aid Society. And they're just, as a part of, membership, they're just telling people as a warning, you may not want to go there. Other times, and in this case, the red zone is enforced specifically by the Third Imperium. Now, the weird thing about that is that this is in the Trojan Reach, and the Third Imperium really holds no sway here. I mean, they do, because might makes right. If they're in the area and they got the guns, they'll do what they want and enforce their law. But the Trojan Reach is not a part of the Third Imperium. And to give you a specific of why, your library computers will tell you. Borderland subsector is on page 185. And it says, your library computer tells you that Ergo is a great failure of the General Development Company. In 800, Ergo was a relatively prosperous TL7 world, primitive, feudal, and insular, but much more stable than many of the other worlds in this sector. The Council of Barons had even successfully driven off bands of raiders from Sindal subsector using primitive atomic missiles, and was experimenting with redeveloping jump technology. General Development Company contacted the world in 802, offering to help fund the construction of a starport. The Council of Barons agreed to the proposal, and construction started immediately on a new Class A starport. As the new structure neared completion, the Barons began to squabble over trade and tax revenues. The dispute escalated until it turned into open war. The Council of Barons dissolved into a handful of warring feudal states. One of the earliest attacks destroyed the starport, forcing Judecco to look elsewhere for a transit port. They eventually established a port on Tech World instead. The Ergo War lasted more than a century and ended up or ended when a famine swept over the planet. The population dropped by more than 9/10 in a combination of starvation and nuclear winter. And the civilized areas of Ergo is now a small region surrounding the ruins of what's left of the starport, ruled by a largely ineffectual council of barons who still dream of vast wealth from space traffic and plot to somehow rebuild the port. The rest of the planet is a hostile mix of radioactive wasteland, cannibal tribes, and pirate bases. So, Ergo is a lovely vacation spot. If you like Mad Max, it is the place to go. They have now. Not only is it dangerous, obviously, for you to go there because you're from space, so you're not from Ergo. So all of the barons are going to be wanting to get your attention, possibly to the point of kidnapping. Ergo is under red zone embargo. There are small defense satellites and whatnot that, at the 100 diameter limit are floating out there. But there are ways to get around those if you really want to go to Ergo.
If you go to Ergo, is there a way to refuel then and leave, or not really?
Yeah. In fact, Ergo has a gas giant. You can do what they call frontier refueling, as you've done in the past. Just skim off the top of the atmosphere and refill your tanks that way.
Hi, Rick, sorry.
Hello. So they have stuck the Prince in a crate with a false bottom and have 6 tons of spare parts in the steward bot that they purchased on top and shut the crate up, and it is on their Type C cargo loader, and that is how they are going to attempt to get him from these apartments to their ship in the hangar. And Captain Beth got a 10 on her deception check. So that is hopefully pretty good. Is there anything else that... So here's another question. Looking at this map, you are currently on Inurin. And remember, it was recommended that you don't head straight to Tyok. You want to make it look like you are traders or whatever, bouncing from planet to planet. So where would you like to go after Inurin? Where are you going to set course?
Well, we want to go to the planets with the weirdest names. So we're wanting to go to Fantasy first.
Fantasy.
But we're probably going to have to jump to Ergo and then Birney to get to Fantasy, we think.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're doing. Okay. So, yeah, you could jump to Ergo.
It'd be fun. Let's toughen the Prince up so he doesn't fail again.
I have. Actually, this might actually be a fantastic idea. I like where you're going with this, I think. Let's see here. Yeah, I like where you're going with this. So, heading for the docking bay, you come in and the everybody make a recon check. Recon plus intellect.
I got an 8.
All right.
We got 7 and 9.
So 8 and 9. So Rexar, who got the 9? Okay.
Keith.
So Rexar and Chief Smith, or I'm sorry, Chief Clark, when you come into the docking bay, you immediately, I mean, before you even get into the docking bay proper, you can see that patrols have increased. The two guys in the cheap suits are now accompanied by a couple of mercs wearing flak jackets and carrying submachine guns. And they are stopping people as they come in and kind of checking their cargo. Oh, that's not ideal. So, the other thing that the two of you notice, I mean, almost immediately, is out of the corner of your eye, you see that Wheelar, the preteen girl that kind of led you to the prince, is attempting to clumsily stealth her way around some cargo crates at the edge of the docking bay. Fairly close. And if you've ever watched a cat when they're being clumsy and trying to be stealthy, but they are not stealthy in any way, that's exactly what she looks like. Like if she were to jump onto a crate, she would fall off and then look around like, what, I meant to do that? That kind of thing. And that is exactly how she appears to be trying to stealth. She looks like a caricature. She's even on her tiptoes like she's a cartoon. And just as a reminder,
I'm embarrassed.
This is Wheelar. I know she's young, but she is not a looker. So, these two guys in cheap Walmart suits. Walmart is still in existence in the Third Imperium, 300,000 years later. These suits they're not tailored in any way. They're clearly off the rack. They and their two goons stop you guys, and they're like, wait, hold up. We're going to have to check over your cargo. Now, at no point, you already know that these two guys in suits are rentivators. They're rented investigators. You don't know who the two guys in flak jackets are, but none of them have any insignias or patches on them that show that they are official in any way. They're not port security.
Under whose authority?
One of the guys in the flak jackets pats his submachine gun and he goes, "Oh, I got a whole magazine full of authority."
So does everybody. Jesus. Okay. Anyway.
So, if you remember, you guys have your sidearms and any knives, but not Rexar's battle dress or his axe. I don't remember what did we decide that you had for his sidearm, Rexar?
Snub pistol.
Snub pistol, yes.
It's so sad.
It's the tiniest little pistol ever. It came with a matching purse. So, yeah, this guy pats his submachine gun and says, yeah, I got a whole magazine full of authority.
I think I'll just roll my eyeballs. That'd be like, but seriously though. Like, why? Are you really gonna just like shoot up a spaceport? If somebody says no, I won't let you search my shit.
He says, are you going to take that risk? I mean, things could get real ugly here. That's an awfully large cargo crate. You could be hiding something, some potential contraband. That would be terrible. A lot of pirates in this region. A lot of smugglers.
Rex's gonna look at him and go, I'm sorry, you're all the way down there, so I couldn't hear you breathless so well. Stop saying it with your chest.
Oh.
So one of the guys in the suits is coming over and wanting to open the top of the crate.
That's fine. Let's open the top of the crate. Whatever.
And he's got a scanner out, and he's scanning. He's like, these are some odd readings. Why is the bottom of this crate putting off so much heat?
It's my bathroom.
I put my litter box in there. Don't judge me.
It's full of heated ready meals for the steward bot.
Go ahead and make it. Oh, wow. Go ahead and make a deception check plus intellect. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Okay, I got 11.
He's like, wait, don't steward bots heat the food up themselves? Why would it already be heated? We better check this out. Everybody make a recon check.
I still did. I thought I passed. Okay. Recon. I got 7.
I got 9.
Also 9.
Rexar and Chief Clark, you see across the spaceport, one of the guys in the janitor jumpsuits reaches behind some crates and grabs Wheelar by the throat and lifts her up by her neck over the crate. And he says, hey, I found this one sneaking around. And the two rent-a-cops turn and they're like, what's she doing here? Why is she sneaking around? And the two guys in the flak jackets cock their weapons.
Okay, time to take the rent-a-cops hostage. Fuck this shit.
Okay.
How many are there? 2 within arm's reach?
Yes.
They're checking our crates, right? Or
Yeah, there's 4 of them within arm's reach. I mean, you can pick one. Hold on here. Let me put you guys up on an initiative board here. Because I'm dumb and didn't think about that.
Do we really want to hold these guys hostage? Or?
we could try and run away in the confusion, but I don't know how fast the cargo loader is. It's probably not very fast.
Yeah, it's not going to win any race tournaments.
Well, I don't know if we have much of a choice. Plus, we're going to a horrible wasteland that other people won't venture into. So if we just get off the planet, I think we'll be okay.
Going for the simplest of things, huh? There.
Only there's like was here to be like, these are not the grades you're looking for.
Right.
Oh no, we don't have our spacesuits on.
Okay. So, everybody roll initiative. Ugh. Holy shit. These guys suck. Wow, Keith Clark. That I thought I was starting to feel bad about myself, but wow. -6.
Yeah, I got 12 and he got snake eyes, so it was like exactly opposite. It's crazy.
So there are 4 janitors in here. One of them has Wheeler by the throat. Wheeler surprises you all when she pops her dew claw and slashes this guy, pretty much guts him. So there are only 3 janitors now, and they are all pulling out Gauss pistols. So Captain Smith, what would you like to do?
I want to pull out my space knife, I don't know, and take one of the rent-a-cops hostage.
Okay, so you would have, I believe you have a blade, or is it a,
Something.
or did you take a, geez, my brain is having problems today. Let's see here. Or did you take a cutlass with you?
I believe Ching-Chi has the cutlass, so I just have some kind of knife.
So you probably have just a blade, which does 2d damage. So you're going to grab one of the rent-a-cops and try to hold him hostage? Is that what your plan is?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold a knife to his neck and try and get the fuck out of there, and then either recruit or get rid of him when we land on Ergo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here. Encounters and dangers. Not really what I'm looking for. There we go. So make your choice, either athletics strength or athletics dexterity check.
I got 10.
Okay. So you grab this guy, whip him around, and bring the knife up to his throat. What are you saying?
Leave Wheeler alone. I'll fucking kill this guy. If you touch him or touch her, block.
Okay. Hold just a moment. I guess it doesn't really matter. Nah, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so you've got the knife to his throat. Is there anything you'd like to do with the minor action? Do you want to drag him towards your ship, or?
Yeah, let's back up towards the ship a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know where the ship is.
Yeah, it's not really on this map. I just threw the tokens down so that I could put you up in the turn order. You have to have tokens for the turn order. So.
Yeah.
So Rexar, you see the captain grab this guy and hold a knife to his throat, and she's slowly backing away towards the ship. What would you like to do?
Bear hug the other two and drag them to the ship.
So, you're not going to be able to bear hug both of the. You're talking about the thugs in the flak jackets, right? You won't be able to bear hug both of them.
What if could I just grab their heads and slam them together, like as hard as I can?
They're not that close together. They're not like standing right next to each other. One's on one side of the crate, the other's on the other side of the crate. They were kind of surrounding this crate to see what's in here and trying to intimidate you guys.
Do I throw a motherfucker into another motherfucker?
You want to just grab one and throw them into the other one?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make a athletic, strength, or dexterity, your choice.
That's right. One time a week I have to do math. They'll struggle.
No, I feel you, man. Trust me.
That's 12.
Okay. Yeah, and he got a 4. You pick this guy up and you throw him into the other guy. Go ahead and roll 1d for damage. Well, wait. Yeah, 1d plus 4 for damage, plus your strength or dex modifier, your choice.
9 damage.
Okay. So they both take 4 points of damage. We're going to split that between the two of them, and one of them, or they both crash to the ground. Is there anything you'd like to do with your minor action? I mean, you could move, continue to move. You could draw your snub pistol.
Yeah, I'm going to draw my stub pistol and say, alright, now stay on the ground.
Okay. The one rent-a-cop has a knife to his throat. He is going to try to beat the captain's... What'd you get, a 12 or is it 10? I think you got a 10.
It's a 10, yeah.
Okay, he's going to try and beat that to escape your hold. And he gets a 10. So he grabs your arm and whips out from under you and is now free. The other guy draws his Gauss pistol. He draws his Gauss pistol and takes aim at Wheelar, and he points it at Wheelar and he says, everybody needs to calm down or the kid gets it.
Excuse me?
the two thugs on the ground use their minor action to get up and point their submachine guns at Rexar and say, we're only going to tell you this once, drop your weapons.
Oh, that's nice. That's not nice.
And they're holding their action until you decide to do something. Tessie, stop being crazy. The janitors don't have gas pistols. They have snub pistols. Or, no, not snub pistols. They have body pistols. The three of them are trigger happy and are going to take shots at Wheeler. But not when they roll snake eyes.
They shot each other and all died.
So the one guy goes to fire at Wheeler and realizes that his pistol is still has the safety on. The other guy shoots wild and a shot ricochets off of a crate near Wheeler. And the last guy also misses and shoots at a crate near Wheeler. Wheeler is untouched. Keith Clark, what would you like to do?
So, how far is the ship away from us?
About 36 meters across this docking port to your boarding ramp.
So if we ran full tilt, we'd get there in 2 turns.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be getting this thing to go as fast as it can.
Hold on, wait. What if you drove it over or at them?
Well, let's...
Drove the cargo loader over them?
So a
Like
Type
a
C
tank or
cargo
something?
mover... well, this isn't too bad, actually. So, as a minor action, it can move 3 meters.
Okay.
So it moves about it's half as fast as you are.
Okay, so we're gonna take 4 turns to get it over there.
We can
Yeah.
take cover behind it too, though, I think. Maybe. I don't know. The prince might get shot.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Do it right.
Yeah. Let's. Yeah. I still think the cargo loader moves as much as it can in this turn.
Okay, so you can have the cargo loader. So the cargo loader already has the cargo, so it can move 9 meters with 3 minor actions on its turn.
Okay. Great. And then I will pull out my officer's sword, which I have, and just hold for now until somebody shoots at me or one of us.
Wait, you pull out your sword and wait for them to shoot, or you pull out your gun?
So do you have the Sindalian officer's pistol, right?
Oh, I have a laser pistol.
That's even better. I was kind of hoping somebody had the Sindalian officer's pistol and they would use the mutiny round, light off the grenade at the underbarrel, go full Lamad on him. My name's Jane.
Yeah, that's what the captain has.
Yeah, but you got lasers, so that's cool.
I got a laser pistol.
Laser pistols, actually better. Laser pistols are fairly brutal. What tech level is your laser pistol?
It is 11.
Oh, so yeah. Your laser pistol is one of the fancy ones with a battery cartridge. It doesn't even have the cord that goes to a battery pack on your belt. So yeah, you got the fancy laser pistol. So you're going to hold your action until somebody tries to shoot. I mean, the 3 janitors already shot.
think I'll shoot at one of the janitors.
Okay, go for
That's a
it.
good point.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So I got 12.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So 3D plus 3 plus 4 for damage. I think you're gonna mess this guy up.
15.
Yeah, that's not good. So the janitor, you see, you guys see Keith pull out his laser pistol, and you hear a snap, and this guy's jumpsuit like catches fire where he got blasted, and he kind of stumbles back, but he's still up.
I bet Wheeler will take care of that.
And for your so your minor action was to draw your pistol. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So the Type C cargo loader is going and heading towards the ship. You blast one of the janitors. Captain Smith, you see the top of the crate, like, and spare parts and go flying as Prince of Territorial jumps out of the crate and is literally roaring. I mean, it's not a battle scream or a yell. He is roaring like a pissed off tiger, and he is going to attack with his dew claw.
Sweet.
And he hits the one rent-a-cop. Corey, how much damage does a dew claw do? So I don't have
Mine
to.
does, without anything added to it, is 1d6 plus 2.
Okay.
Or I think that it might have the plus 2 because it's something.
He goes and pops his dew claw and rips this guy's suit from crotch to neck. And you see a big bloody slash on this guy's white, cheap FBI shirt. But he's still up. Captain Smith, what would you like to do? I mean, the almond roca has literally hit the fan at this point.
Yeah, we're fine. This seems like a good chance to use my ether round, because I have not been able to use it before, and there's two guys with submachine guns. So
what are you going to do?
I want to use the mutiny round for my
Oh,
revolver.
Okay.
The guy with the submachine gun.
okay.
Because you're dead.
So you're shooting for the two guys in the flak jackets?
Yeah, I feel like they're bigger threats than the rent-a-cops.
That's true. I mean, Gauss pistols are badass, but these guys have auto or semi-autos, or not semi-autos, submachine guns.
Yeah.
So
I feel like I should mock up some not real but real looking bioweapons to pull out and threaten people with when necessary. Maybe this could have all been averted. I stress like a doctor everywhere.
yeah, I bet you're wishing you hadn't tossed that one into the atmosphere of the gas giant. No, that's not what I want. So, okay, mutiny round. I have to say this is probably my most favorite pistol ever, in this game anyways. So mutiny cartridge. Holy shit. Go ahead and make I guess it's a gun combat. Gun combat plus dex check.
Okay. Oh, God. I got 5. That sucks.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean much. So 5, you're going to get at least one of them. Roll 3d plus 3 minus 3. So just 3d damage.
Okay. 10.
Oh, shit.
Ching-Chi, come to save the day. We fucked up really bad.
Hooray! So he takes 7 points right to the chest. You see her point this Sindalian officer's pistol, which is really a Lamat, and she flicks the switch on the hammer and brings it down, and you just hear this boom as a small grenade fragmentation grenade goes off in the underbarrel and catches this guy kind of in the side of his chest and throws him back onto the ground. He is now prone. Anything with your minor action? Oh, wait, your minor action... You already had the gun out, so, yeah, minor action.
Should probably head towards the cargo crate.
Okay.
Or,
So you're hoofing the 6 meters towards the ship's cargo ramp?
yeah, and call to Wheeler, like, come over here, because she's gonna die if she doesn't come with us, so.
So, Ching-Chi, we don't actually have a battle map for this. I'm just throwing you guys on here so I can throw you up onto the turn order. So, Ching-Chi, go ahead and roll initiative.
Let's see, 1.
Wow, okay. Well,
Right, 2d6, and then
either your
take that.
your dex or your intellect.
Oh, wait, I didn't add anything to it. So I got 9. Intellect is plus 2, 11. Oh, so 3.
Nice. All right, so to catch you up on what's going on. So the question was raised of how are they going to get Prince of Territorial to the docking bay and on their ship from Wheelar's parents' apartment. And they came up with the idea of putting him into a crate with a false bottom. And then on top of that false bottom, they have like 6 tons of spare parts and the steward droid. And that the crate was loaded onto the Type-C cargo loader droid. And they were going to just say, oh, well, it's spare parts, blah, blah, blah. But when they got to the docking bay, the Rent-A-Cops had set up checkpoints. And even though they are not official in any way, they are not a part of Starport security, they are stopping people and checking their crates and manifests, etc. And these guys kind of got into an argument with them. They're checking over the crate. They discovered that, hey, why is there a heat source down below, at the bottom of this crate? And unbeknownst to everybody except for Keith and Rexar, Wheelar, the preteen Aslan girl, had followed everybody and did a really bad job of sneaking and got caught by one of the janitors. And the janitors grabbed her by the throat, which pissed off Prince of Territorial, who came out and almost gutted one of the Rent-A-Cops in the Walmart suits. So, there are 3 janitors. She gutted one of them with her dew claw. There are 3 janitors. One of them has been hit by laser fire from Keith. And Prince of Territorial injured one of the Rent-A-Cops when he busted out and slashed him with his dew claw.
Okay.
So what would you like to do? Everybody's kung fu fighting.
Okay, it sounds like, have we established that the Rent-A-Cops are a bigger threat? I mean, it seems like they would be a bigger threat than the janitors.
The Rent-A-Cops have Gauss pistols. The two thugs have submachine guns, and the janitors all have body pistols. They were trying to remain undercover, and so they are
Oh, so they're janitors in air quotes.
right.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to use my advanced combat rifle to go after the fake janitors, because it seems like the ones that like Rent-A-Cops, I get their motivation, but why the janitors are undercover, like what that's about.
So-
I want to kill them.
You don't have the advanced combat rifle, but you do have your sidearm and any knives.
Okay, so that's a blade in my arm and a Gauss pistol.
There you go.
Okay.
Don't forget,
so
the Gauss pistol is capable of auto fire.
Right. 8P3.
Yep, AP3 and auto 2.
Then I would like to use that. If there's any way to not get close enough to need to cut them with my blade, that would be great.
Yeah.
Because I don't have my, we don't have our fancy pants armor on either, do we?
Right.
Because we couldn't wear that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that I'm undercover. And you have to excuse me, I'm exhausted. I just hosted a back to school night online.
Ugh.
And so I'm not necessarily thinking very clearly.
Oh, at least it was online. I thought you had to actually be there. And when you said that, you're like,
Online stuff. I finished at 7:55. I was like, okay, bye. And then closed.
yeah, you said, well, it goes till 8 o'clock, so I'll be online at 8:01. And I'm like, that fucking school must be like right next door. I mean, what are you sprinting?
No, I just kicked everyone off my meat, and then here I am. With, work on top and pajamas on the bottom.
There you go.
So yeah, I'm gonna fire my Gauss pistol then.
So who are you shooting? Janitors, Rent-A-Cops, or thugs?
The janitors.
Okay.
Because I feel like they're most likely, if they were undercover fake janitors, they're most likely to be like soldiers or things like that.
Right. And then the next question is, are you shooting the one that Keith Clark already shot?
How badly wounded is he?
He took a pretty good hit.
In that case, I'll start in on a new one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got like part of his jumpsuit is there's a hole burned in it, and you can like see that he's burned pretty bad.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for it. I want to start chipping away at another guy then.
Okay.
Okay. So it's 12 to hit.
Wow. Okay. So
Because I just, again, because I'm tired. I
And you're-
rolled 11.
and so
my dex is 1.
okay, and you're firing on burst, right?
Yes.
So that is 3d plus 6 damage.
18.
Holy smokes. Okay. So you see Ching Shi pull out her Gauss pistol and go, "Bruh," and one of the janitors just goes down.
Yeah, you didn't even realize she was there. She just like stepped out from behind a trash can on wheels, like the janitors were pushing. She just pops out of it.
And now I'm here.
I've been here all along.
Okay, so your minor action was drawing your pistol.
And yeah, so my minor action was drawing, and my major action was firing, and now I'm done.
Okay. Okay, Rexar, what would you like to do?
There's still 3 goons pointing pistols at me.
There are 2 janitors now. There are 2 of the thugs in flak jackets. One of them is fairly badly wounded. You can see blood coming out from under his flak jacket where he just took the mutiny cartridge from the captain's Sindalian officer's pistol, and the other thug is okay. Luckily for him, the mutiny cartridge missed him. And then there are the two rent-a-cops. You're closest, if you wanted to do a melee attack, you're closest to the rent-a-cops.
Do I still have my grav shield or no?
I would say, yeah, you could still have the grav shield because it just fits on your hand like a gauntlet or a watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna do claw on the closest guy.
Okay. So that's going to be melee natural
Yeah.
plus
10.
your dex or strength, your choice. So you got a 10?
Yeah.
So that is a +3 to your damage. And are you hitting the guy that Prince the Territorial already slashed? Or the other one?
The special round. That one, the one that got shot.
Okay.
Mutiny round, that's the word.
Oh, so your minor action is jump over the crate and slash the one of the thugs in the flak jacket.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Protect the prince. And that is a 8 damage.
Well, that is enough. You come over and just literally rip out his throat, and he drops to the ground bloody, and he'll be dead in the next 6 seconds. All right.
Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to get this turn.
Okay. Hold on one moment. I will be right back.
So we're probably gonna go to Ergo after this, which I guess is like kind of like a Mad Max sort of world. There's like a little bit of civilization, but most of it's like all nuclear winter and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's a lovely place to get a tan this time of year. Let's
So
see
we're
here.
trying to go to fantasy, and so we gotta go to that way. So, but it seems like now that we've really blown our cover, going to Ergo it probably wouldn't be such a bad idea. Yeah.
The rent-a-cops, the first one is going to take a shot at Rexar with his gas pistol and miss terribly. The other one's going to take a shot at Captain Smith. And he hits with a 9, so that is a +1 to damage.
Okay.
So, what kind of armor do you have?
I think I'm wearing Ablat.
Oof, that's not good. So Ablat's only going to give you a +1 protection. So he does 9 points of damage with a Gauss pistol shot.
Okay. Well, I'm in bad shape then. Because we take it off endurance first, right?
It comes off endurance first, and then it is your choice. It can come off of dex or strength after that. If either dex or strength hits 0, you are unconscious. If both of them hit 0, then you're dead. So are you still up? Oops. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm still up.
Okay. So you guys see the captain take a shot. She's not looking good. She kind of goes pale. The two thugs, well, one thug, because one is dead. The one thug is going to fire a submachine gun at Rexar. Jesus Christ, this guy... Oh, wait. He just hits with an 8. Alright, so Rexar. Oh my god, you are the luckiest cat ever. I rolled 3 ones. So you take 5 points of damage from the submachine gun. I don't know what kind of armor you're wearing.
I'm not wearing the combat pack. Right. That was my go-to armor outside of...
Well, if you're not wearing the battle dress, the other one's kind of like it's kind of like mock ceremonial armor, isn't it? Kind of, or is it more like combat armor?
It just says combat pack. That was my usual armor that I used outside of.
Hold on here, Aslan, such a supply catalog.
Which action's at 19?
Oh, the combat flex?
The combat vac suit.
Oh. So it's got protection 9.
Ooh. Yeah. So if it's protection 9, I should be okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
So, Chris, since I'm not wearing my combat armor either, I don't know what else I would have. All I like acquired officially.
I think you had cloth armor before that.
I think I bought. Maybe that's what I came with automatically because I feel like I bought my combat armor with the first credits that I got.
Right. Cloth armor. Let's see here. Cloth armor at TL7 has +5 protection. At TL10, it's +8. Now, mustering out from the Navy, you probably would have bought the best that you could get. I would say you probably have +8 protection.
Okay.
Let's see. The janitors are going to have a hard time hitting Wheeler because now she's on the move. That's a miss. That's a miss. And that's a miss. Because she is ducking and weaving between crates and trying to get out of there. Chief Clark, what would you like to do?
I want to shoot at whoever shot the captain.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Light him up.
All right. $13 to hit.
Ooh.
That'll show 'em. Liquefy your enemies.
So that's 3D plus 8 for damage.
Okay. 17.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
So the rent-a-cop goes down, and that is the end of the rent-a-cops.
Nice.
Anything with your minor action? Are you continuing to move on, or are you taking aim, or what?
I think I'll move on.
Okay. So another 6 meters towards the ship. Let's see here. Oh my. Prince of Territorial leaps over the crate, like half jumps and runs the rest of the way, and takes a swipe at one of the janitors and hits him with an 11. Let's see here. Actually, hits him with a 13. And rolls max damage. One of the janitors is now disemboweled and on the ground trying to put his insides that are outside back inside and bleeding profusely.
Want to become a pirate?
Captain Beth, what would you like to do?
So how many guys are left too?
Yeah, there's one of the thugs and one of the janitors.
Who has a scarier gun?
The thug.
Okay, let's shoot her. Let's get it done before we leave. Or
So if you're firing your civilian officer's pistol, you need to make the decision on how's it loaded. You could have it loaded with red cartridges, or they can be blue cartridges.
I do red because blue is 0G and I want to keep that for when.
Yeah, the red cartridges also have AP3. They're hot rounds.
Okay. And it's gun combat, right?
Gun combat plus dex.
So 6.
Ooh, that is a miss.
Okay.
All
Do I
right.
have any more movement to move? Probably not.
Your minor action, you can move 6 meters.
Okay, I'll do that as well.
Okay. So you're catching up with Keith. Ching Shi, what would you like to do?
Does Captain need any sort of tending to? I know that damage is pretty bad. Is there anything I can do with my whole +1 medic to help out?
Probably not out in the. Probably not something you want to do out in the open. She's hobbling her way towards the ship. Once you get to the ship, and you're up off the planet, you can apply first aid.
Good. Then I would like to aim for the thug as well.
Go for it.
With my first doodah. Everything on maximum. Oh, that's been better. So 5. Yeah, I missed you. Crap on the cracker.
Dope. All right.
So I'm just gonna bob and weave for 6 more meters toward the ship.
Okay. Rexar, what would you like to do?
This is a prince hightailing it towards the ship.
He is roaring like a injured lion. He is pissed. He seems like he's going to move to the next janitor.
Hey, Bridge, we should really get to the ship before things get worse.
So Prince of Territorial doesn't have a comm dot on him. He's not in radio contact.
I can't just speak to him?
Well, you could yell out and say you should really get to the ship.
Yeah.
Go,
Her tail.
make a persuasion check.
Can I add my territories to this roll?
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Sweet. And that's social. 14.
The prince, as he's moving towards the janitor, turns and looks at you and kind of bows his head slightly and takes off running 18 meters towards the ship.
Thank you.
So that was your
everyone's running towards the ship.
significant action. Anything with a minor action?
I tail it to the ship.
Okay, so 6 meters towards the ship. The thug is going to not allow you to do that, and he's going to open fire.
He's gonna try.
He just hits. No bonus damage, except for burst fire. So, 11 points of damage. So you ignore the first 3 because of your armor.
Thought it was 9.
Or, I'm sorry, you ignore the first 9. So you take 2 points to your endurance.
Activate my grab shield.
Okay. You activate your grav shield and ignore those 2 points. The janitor is going to fire his body pistol at the prince. And he just hits. He grazes him for 2 points of damage. The prince lets out a snarl and keeps running. Keith, what would you like to do?
I'll fire on that last thug.
Okay. Yeah, somebody needs to put him down.
Yeah.
And you've had the most success, so.
Right.
Doing that.
13 to hit again.
Wow.
Yes.
So, Jeebus. That is 3d plus 8 damage. I don't think this thug's going to be around long.
It is 21 points of damage.
Oh, yeah, no, he goes down. Even with his armor, he can't take that. And he drops. So, the thing about lasers is that they're not like blasters from Star Wars. When you fire your laser, you don't see some beam go off, but you hear a snap. And the snap is actually all of the air getting ionized and collapsing in on itself between your gun barrel and your target. And so this guy just ate shit. Big snap in the air. Prince of Territorial is booking it for the ship. He is now about 12 meters away. The cargo loader is just starting to go up the ramp. Captain Smith, what would you like to do? You're 12 meters, or yeah, you're like 6 meters away.
Okay, I'm gonna get on the ship just because I'm the most injured.
Okay. So you book it up into the Jabrobi. Ching Shi, what would you like to do?
I'm going to shoot, is that the last janitor?
Yep.
And I'm going to hopefully do as well as T. Clark. Because I really didn't like missing last time.
Yeah, missing sucks.
It does.
You guys are better than that.
So 10, and then I can add 2 for my weapon because I'm on auto.
So you got a 10 to hit, gun combat plus your dex.
I rolled, yeah. I rolled 8 and could add 2
So
for my modifier.
So it's a +2 to your damage on top of what the gun already does.
Okay.
And then an additional 2 because you're on burst. So +4
I
total.
can't remember if it was pre or post damage roll. So it's post damage roll. You add 2 more.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, it's not a strong one. 4, 6, 7.
So he takes another 4 points, and he's still up. With your minor action, what are you continuing to head for the ship?
Yes. My plan is to stay at the foot of the ramp shooting until everybody's on board.
Gotcha. Rexar, what would you like to do?
There's only one guy left, right?
Yep, and he is badly wounded.
How much damage does the snub pistol do?
Snub pistol does 3d minus 3.
I'll take a shot at him, and then after that, keep running.
Okay. The big benefit of snub pistols are that they are 0G.
Uh, 11.
Wow. So that is a plus 3 to damage, so 3d plus 3. Well, I'm sorry.
Just 3D?
It's just 3D, yeah, because they cancel each other out.
Uh, 10 damage.
Yeah, even with his TL8 flak jacket, he can't take that, and you pop him right in the forehead, and he falls down.
Keep running!
And then you take off running. So by now, excuse me, alarms are going off, red sirens are going off overhead, security's going to be coming. Ching Shi, are you running for the bridge? All right, go ahead and make
I want to Dukes of Hazzard slide into the pilot's chair.
Okay.
Okay?
You Dukes of Hazzard slide into the pilot's chair. Go ahead and make a piloting plus dex check to blast off out of here. The doors for the docking bay are closing.
Oh no! 12, 15, plus 17.
Okay. You blast out of there, just get the landing gear up in time and roll through as these giant iris doors close for the docking bay, and you are out into space. So the last order that the captain gave was that you guys were going to head for Ergo, which is Urine and Nurin, and Ergo is down here, so that's going to be a jump 2. Go ahead and make an astrogation check. Okay, you are laying in astrogation coordinates. However, you can't jump until you're 100 planetary diameters away. So it's going to take you a while. Captain Beth, I will allow you to roll your medic plus intellect or EDU to perform first aid on yourself. Doctor, heal thyself.
11.
Okay, so you get 3 endurance points back, but your strength or dex is still down. You're going to require surgery.
Well, I lost all my endurance, but I didn't have to dip into strength for dex.
Okay.
So I'm all right.
All right, then you're not going to require surgery at all. But yeah, you got 3 points of your endurance back. You're bandaged up.
Should I check on the prince too? Or is he okay?
The prince climbs into. So let me switch screens here. I already thought that this might be a handy thing to have. This is the Jabrobi. And we can actually put people where they're at. Here's Ching Shi piloting the ship.
Can I have a couple of little plastic dinosaurs on the dash?
You certainly can.
Okay.
Wait, was that right? Hold on here. Huh. This map does not show the crew mess area, which I believe. Wow. 5 is the airlock, so here is where Captain Beth is. Actually, we'll say she made it into one of the staterooms and it's like,
So maybe we could let her take a rest.
yeah, she's sitting there going, ow, ow.
I really feel like she earned it at this point.
Here is Keith and Rexar.
Did I go to the turrets in case something follows there?
You could do that.
Yeah.
And the prince. So you are running to the turret. I really don't want to use that. I'll use this for the prince. The prince goes down to the cargo hold and just kind of sulks.
Is he sulking because we left his girlfriend behind, or did we drag the girlfriend aboard?
No, well, she's not his girlfriend. She's like a 13-year-old, the daughter of a family that was helping him. Oh, here we go.
I thought maybe that he had a thing for her since she got caught and almost strangled, and he leapt out of the bottom of his boat and started floating.
I thought I was going to see it work different with Aslan's. Like, I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but she's going to get murdered, so I would welcome her aboard. I thought.
Did you?
Her to be on it or whatever.
She escaped and went back to her family's apartments, which really is what the prince would have wanted. He's not going to want her there getting in trouble at all. And we will put Keith Clark on the bridge. Because Keith is on the bridge, Keith, go ahead and make an electronic sensors plus your choice, intellect or EDU check.
Uh, 11.
Nice. So, Qin Shi is sitting there plotting the astrogation and is shooting the Jabrobi as fast as she can at maximum thrust to get it to the 100 diameter jump limit. Now, maximum thrust for the Jabroni, this is not like the Harrier. So I think it's thrust 1. It's not. The thing handles like a bathtub compared to the.
We have thrust 2 on
Thrust,
the Ender.
yeah, thrust 2 on the Jabroni. So yeah, she's got it floored. You pick up on sensors that there are 2 ships coming up behind you. They are both heavy fighters.
Crap.
Just as soon as I can find a heavy fighter. Ship's boats.
We just sort of walked through the place, like the freight, all that work.
I know, right? Here we go. There are 2 heavy fighters. They are armed with a beam laser and missile rack, and they are coming up behind you. They have thrust 9, so they are going to overtake your ship. So, Qing Shi, do you have tactics? Well, hold on.
Evil? Yes.
Yeah, I thought you did. Let me double.
I'm enthusiastically wanting to escape, which is why I'm being interrupted.
Yeah. No, that's good. I have to look up tactics first. Why am I having such a hard time tonight? All my pages are sticky. That's not right. Well, I knew I was close. Okay, so yeah, no, I had it right. Tactics. Qing Shi, go ahead and roll a tactics check.
Okay. Is it plus intellect?
Yes.
Okay. 10.
Okay. You can add. You get to roll initiative, and you get to add +2 to it.
That's not good. Let's see. So I rolled 5, and then add what? 2, so 7.
So you'd be at -1.
Do I get to add anything other than just the 2 you told me? Intellect or dex or...
So it'd be it would be your choice, either dex or intellect.
Okay, so in that case, 9, so it's 1.
Okay, so you have a 1. If I can get, there we go. I was trying to get Roll20 to work with me here. Jesus. That'll work. And their tactics roll sucked. they're at -2. All right, so our pilot, Ching Shi, you have thrust 2. You can use or save as much of that as you want for evasive maneuvers. So, like if you left it at if you backed off and went to thrust 1, you would have one maneuver or one thrust point for maneuvers.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what we would have to do, because we're not gonna, if they're at what, thrust 9,
Right.
the gig and heading our way, so there's not out. How far are we from the jump point?
100 diameters out, you're probably a good 12 hours. At thrust 1, you're probably at a good 36 hours, but at thrust 2, that'd probably put you at 18 hours. So yeah, you're about 18 hours out right now, because you're still coasting at thrust 2. If you back her off to thrust 1, you'd be at 36 hours, but at least you can maneuver. You can do evasive maneuvers.
Yeah, I feel like that's unavoidable. We have to be able to, since there's no way we're going to outrun them.
Right.
The only thing to do is, I don't know, wiggle around them somehow.
Right.
So yeah.
Keith Clark, you are on the bridge. Do you want to devote your energy to basically doing repairs during combat?
Yeah, that seems like the right thing for me to be doing.
Okay. Captain Smith, what would you like to do? You're in one of the staterooms, bandaging up. You got Neosporin and Band-Aids on.
Is there anybody better at shooting guns than me? Shooting ship?
I think Rexar is pretty good.
Yeah, Rexar's in the turret now.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit, what can I do?
You could go to the bridge and start doing sensor jamming and things like that, electronic warfare.
Okay, I'll do that.
You can also, if you wanted to run to the bridge, you could use your leadership skill to try and give boons to your crew.
Okay, I shall do that. I have leadership 1, so do I just roll and see if I do good or not?
So roll leadership 1, or roll leadership plus your choice, either intellect or EDU.
Okay, cool. 14
Oh,
to the roll.
holy shit. So you have 6 boons that you can give out, so you don't have enough people that you can give out boons to. So I guess everybody gets a boon.
Okay, enjoy.
So the captain, Rexar, you hear on the bridge, the captain gives some excellent orders. So they upgraded the turret. It has a pulse laser, it has a missile rack with 12 missiles, and it has a sandcaster in case somebody fires beam lasers at you. Now, the sandcaster can be used as a reaction, so that's not too much to worry about. Rexar, what would you like to do? Beam laser or
Press the big
missile?
button to make them explode.
So are you using a beam, are you using a pulse laser or are you using a missile rack?
Would you guys do it? Use the missile rack?
Yes,
Yes, please.
yeah, please do.
Now keep in mind, the missile rack's going to fire one missile, and at the range that they're at, I mean, it's going to hit right now, but they get a chance to fire their beam laser as a reaction to try to shoot the missile down. There's a lot like the Expanse.
I'll shoot them with the beam laser.
Pulse laser?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm gonna aim for their pulse laser.
Okay. Hold on here. go ahead and make your attack. It is your turret's roll plus your dex. Oh, and you get a +1 to that for fire control.
Oh, with the +1, that's 12.
You got a 12?
5, 3, +2 to turret, +1 dex, +1.
Holy shit. Okay. I don't think he's going to beat a 12, but he is certainly going to try. No, he got a 9. That was a worthy effort. That missile slams right into him. As soon as I find launching missiles, yes. Yes. What the I can't find the ship weapons.
I'm pretty sure it's a chunker. I think we just killed the whole thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly certain.
Here we
said,
go.
well, it's got a thrust 9, but it's a real piece of shit.
So, Rexar, roll 4d damage. Let's see how badly you hit this fighter.
13.
Okay, its armor soaks up that damage.
I'm so sad.
The heavy fighters, he is going to return the favor and fire a missile at you. And actually the other one is going to fire a missile at you as well. That is an 11. So Ching Shi, you can make evasive maneuvers and use your thrust point.
Okay. Oh, shit. Or I can attempt it. Let's see, 8.
Don't forget you have a boon.
Oh, that's right. Oh, much better. 7, 12.
Okay. So a -4. The second missile is going to miss entirely. Cheng Shi just rolls the Jabrobi, and this missile flies out underneath it. Rexar, as a reaction, you can try to shoot down the other missile with the pulse laser.
I think I'll try to do that. That's 8. Well, that's a 10.
You succeed. Go ahead and roll. Well, it doesn't matter. You shoot down the missile. No damage. So, the astrogation computer has the course plotted. If you wanted to, you could have Keith transfer power to the jump drive, and you could try to jump, but there's a chance for misjump because you're within the 100 diameter limit. What do you guys want to do?
Captain?
I say do it. We're gonna get destroyed completely. Let's get out of here.
I have a boon dice too, right?
You do.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
go ahead and make your Go ahead and make a engineering power check to transfer power.
Okay.
And you probably don't need to use the boon dice for that because it's routine. It's only 6+.
Okay. So I got 4.
Should you use the boon?
Should I use the boon?
You might want to use the boon.
So we don't stall.
Yeah. What? Is this the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, we got stuff in there.
Use this dice for the next one.
Yeah.
Yes, leadership you're talking about.
So what'd you get with the boon dice?
So I got 7 with the boon dice.
Okay, that's enough. You guys can see across the ship the lights are dimming. And Rexar, if you want to make an attack on one of the ships, on one of the fighters, you can. You're at a -1 because of the reaction to shoot down the missile.
Yeah, I'll fire the pulse laser.
Okay.
Is there a bridge or a cockpit on those? Because I want to target those.
Yeah. So in order to hit, you're going to need to get an effect of 6 or better to hit the cockpit, but you might still hit. So go ahead and roll your turret plus dex. +1 for fire control. -1 for reaction.
12.
You got a 12?
5, 4, +2 for turret combat, and then the +1 for dex.
Okay. So that's not a 6 or better, but it's a 4 or better. So average success, you still hit. Roll 2d damage.
7.
So its armor eats it up. And the heavy fighters. So, Captain Beth, do you want to make another leadership roll?
I want to try jamming their stuff.
Okay. Go ahead and make an electronic. Do you want to jam their communications or sensors?
Their sensors.
Okay, go ahead and make a electronics sensors check, and on your ship, because it is military, it has military grade sensors. You get a +1 to that roll.
Okay.
So it'd be electronic sensors plus intellect or EDU +1.
Okay. 9.
Okay, so they are at a -1 to hit you because their fire control is all messed up.
Good.
8 just hits with a beam laser. Four points of damage. Hold on, let me double check. I think your armor might actually take that. There you go. Scout Courier. Yeah, you have armor 4, so your armor takes that. The other one is going to also do a beam laser and miss terribly. Like, I don't know what he's shooting at. He hits a small moon. All right. Keith Clark. So, Captain Beth, do you want to use leadership to give out some boons?
I'd like to. Do I get a boon on my leadership roll? Did I give myself a boon?
Yeah, you can actually give yourself a boon if you'd like. It's basically you're coming up with good battle plans.
It's 14. So everybody gets a boon.
Yeah, everybody gets a boon dice. Keith Clark, here you are. You need to make a difficult 10 plus engineering jump drive plus your intellect or EDU.
Okay.
And you've got a boon dice. So roll 3 and take the 2 highest.
I got 10.
Perfect. So the Jabrobi makes its jump, and you are on your way to Ergo.
Thank God.
And we'll move Rexar back up to the bridge because you're now a week in jump space. And we will pick this up next week at 7 p.m. on Wednesday.
Awesome.
Yay.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Night.